Alright guys, so something happened on the JB server. I had no clue, but I feel like I should still tell you guys, even if no one's gonna see this. This feels important to get out. So, I started reading a little bit of it. Alright, right here. Oh, you guys can't see that, but DeBing said, "Hey there everyone, in regards to recent events, we have compiled everything into a document. For those who simply don't care about the situation, you don't have to read anything. But for those who are curious or directly involved, you're welcome to." And that leads to here. So, I read a little bit of it, and I stopped a little bit further in, I'll tell you where. But I wanted to make my own video about this just to sort of document it. So, let's read it. A response to recent events. Before we get into this document, I want to apologize on behalf of everyone at Jurassic Blocky that we had to rope in everyone into this situation. It may be confusing, somewhat worrying, and even a little scary, but there's a lot to this that needs to be explained. We apologize for the document's length, the screenshots don't help with the length, and understand if you need to take a while to go through everything. If you don't care about the situation, then you don't need to read anything going on here and go back to what you were doing. But in the case that you were curious, interested, or one of the many people who had inadvertently gotten themselves involved in this situation, then please read along. If anyone has any questions, please forward them over to Rezi, our community manager, and she'll try to answer questions. The fuck? Okay. Our community manager, and she will try and answer as much as she can. Please do not harass anyone involved in this situation. We do not condone any harassment or threats sent to anyone involved. As many of you have likely seen or been made aware of, which I wasn't, surprisingly, Jurassic Blocky is currently being abused of harboring or defending a supposed pedophile that was once on our team. In this document, we will not only be dispelling those claims, but we will also be correcting them and bringing to light the blatant false information being spread around from this situation. This document was made to clear Lucas's name as a supposed pedophile/creep, and to defend ourselves from individuals trying to smear our name and integrity. To begin things off, I would like to go over some of the things that will be brought up multiple times in this document. The first thing I would like to bring up is a definition of a pedophile. As stated by Google, a pedophile is a person who is sexually attracted to children. Now, I want to look this up myself just to be sure. Sexually attracted to children. Oh. Alright, so that is the only... That's the only definition. Just wanted to make sure. While making, quite frankly, hold up. You know what else I'm going to look up? Now, I'm probably going to get a Google AI answer. You can trust that if you want to. I don't know if I'm going to 100% trust it, but... Well, I read... Not yet. Let's not do that yet. While making, quite frankly, disgusting jokes in a server with minors does not mean it's pedophilic inherently. It's definitely questionable and should of course, be addressed. But it does not mean immediately it's pedophilic. The second thing I would like to address is an individual involved in a lot of this. Winter. To give a bit of context, GMK, aka Winter, who we will be referring to in this document as such, was and still is a close friend with Lucas. Winter is an active member within JB who has made friends with multiple JB staff members. For those who don't know her, she's currently, at the time of writing this, 15. Lucas was at the time unaware of the facts she was 15, and thus made the jokes under the pretense that she was of age. While this doesn't excuse his comments being made in a public setting or double-checking to see the age of the person involved, it doesn't make him a pedophile. If you are still unsure, these claims we are making are based anywhere in fact, screenshots are posted below. So here are the screenshots. I do want to ask as well, were you aware Winter was 15 when you made any jokes to her? No. Were you aware after you were banned she was 15? No. Just after weeks. Can you share me screenshots? What screenshots? Like, of her telling you she was 15. I actually never knew her age, to be honest. You just told me now. Wait. She never told me. I just saw this. Not in DMs? No. And this is a close-up of the picture. How old are you? Not answering that. I'm going to guess 16 or 17. Anyway, very close. Just not 17. 15. So that's the important part. Can you screenshot your DM with her? Requests? I don't know what the fuck that means, to be honest. Oh, real quick. I'm fucking stupid. Real quick. Typing 15, like, in the search thing. I can also show you all the DMs if you want, but that's gonna take so long, though. Can you do it real quick with the from thing? Just 15. That's honestly all I need. From Godzilla MD Enjoyer. 15. Nothing. Can you do it? Oh, that was up there. There's that one. 2 more. Nothing. Also, by the way, this is on a server I joined when she called me to help her game. Called me to help on her game. So I didn't even know till then. That's when I joined. Can you send invite if you want? I'm not home right now. Oh, sure. Alright. Based on the screenshots shown, if they are to be believed, Lucas did not know Winter was 15, only assuming she was of age. The third thing I would like to bring up is a difference between defending someone's words versus defending someone's character. While these may seem like the same thing at first glance, it is far from it. Defending someone's words is the act of directly going with what someone says. For example, if I were to say X is a horrible person, and someone were to agree and defend what I have to say with proof, then that's defending someone's words. Defending someone's character is the act of directly recounting and defending what the person knows about the individual. If we take the same example, if I were to say X is a horrible person, and someone were to disagree because they know them personally based on what they know, that's defending someone's character. The fourth and final thing I would like to bring up is the JB staff server. As the name entails, this is a staff server with all staff with the exception of testers. All moderators, admins, devs, and lead devs share this server for convenience sake. But with as many staff members as there are, the staff server has effectively been split to make it easier to handle specific situations. While moderators and developers do not share the same server, they are split. While moderators and developers do share the same server, they are split into the moderation department and the developer department. Apart from the moderation department, it includes admins, moderators, and trial moderators, while the developer department includes everyone such as the game director, lead devs, and trial devs. As such, moderation problems don't often get shared with developers, such as the Lucas situation, unless it only pertains to the developers as well. I share this because many users seem confused on how we handle situations just like this. To begin things off, on July 16th, Lucas made the first of his rather distasteful comments in the JB server, public JB server. While no one initially reported this to staff members that we were aware of at the time, we were unaware of anything he said prior or at the time. We were soon made aware of his past comments about 2 months later when one of his old comments were reported. I'm modeling GMK giving birth. On September 15th, we were made aware of his most recent comment by multiple members in the community. His comment was later deleted by Lucas himself 5 hours later for unknown reasons. Because of the time he sent the comment, none of the staff saw or were made aware of what Lucas had said until several hours later. The staff The staff was also not aware of Winter's age or had Lucas. Below, you will see the comment he had made that would eventually get him fired. This is still extremely distasteful and horrible, and I'm pretty sure he should still get... probably shouldn't be let back for this. Like, let's be real. Once again, this is very distasteful and bad and yucky. Shown above is the delete log along with the message itself. Due to the severity of his comments, he was promptly kicked and fired on September 7th, after the admins and the owner had investigated the issue. Eventually, other staff members were made aware of the situation, such as the Bing Monkey Boy, Dab/Terra, XML, and other lead staff members. While none of these staff members were directly present in the situation nor involved until it was made aware to them, they got the information they knew from the admins and talked with Lucas directly to know what happened. September to October 15th. During this time, nothing much happened once Lucas was fired. This situation was handled privately and would have remained so due to it not being one of the public's interests. Whatever. But everything blew up and we went back to releasing our regular updates. During this time, Dab, XML, and other staff members who were previously fans of a prominent YouTuber within the JB community, Thivo Reborn, or simply known as Thivo, who we will be referring to as in this document, had recently released his Discord server. Some staff members, hearing about this Discord becoming public, decided to join out of good faith to support the up-and-coming content creator. The staff members talked with his community, with Thivo himself, and shared their support for this up-and-coming venture. October 15th to 18th. While everything in regards to the Lucas situation seemed to have blown over, unfortunately it still had a few hiccups along the way. On October 15th at 9:44 p.m. EST, Thivo directly messaged Dab in regards to the previously privately handled Lucas situation. Up to this point, Lucas had been fired over a month prior and had not been a part of the staff team since. Thivo details how Winter had talked to them about Lucas, had sent both recently and privately in the public server, asking the game director if they were real as detailed in the screenshot provided. Everything ends fairly quickly after Thivo was told the situation has already been handled, which leaves the discussion on a positive note. A person named GMK is telling things I don't believe. I'm not too old and don't really know how to handle this. Are these real? Those are, yes, but Lucas has since been removed from the staff team. Okay, just making sure. Something going on? Nothing in particular, just really concerned me. Ah, yeah. Well, that was already handled a bit ago. I see. Alright, the Bing. An hour after, Dab finds out not only he has been banned from Thivo's server, but other developers, such as XML, have also been. Being concerned and unsure what was going on, Dab and XML directly messaged Thivo asking what was going on. Shown below is a discussion between Dab firstly and XML second. The discussion between Dab and Thivo goes on from the 15th to the 16th before ending at 2:29 p.m. EST. The discussion between XML and Thivo goes on from the 15th to the 16th before ending at 11:07 a.m. EST. Both discussions end without much incident and correct any questions Thivo might have had. This we had already seen. Hey there, Thivo. I had a question. Why was I kicked from your Discord? Hey, so, in honesty, I wanted to say I'm a bit queasy right now that I didn't know this information prior. Debing, you hid this from us, man. Come on, what are you doing? That's not something you hide. You come forward with the community and just be honest so we can all learn from it. I personally think I need some time away from the JB scene. I'll be reviewing all the screenshots. I also don't like how Pingo told me it was a fake thing to get Lucas in trouble. What fake thing? The screenshots of Lucas making those comments to Winter and Debing. It's nothing on you. I think it'll worsen with time if the community isn't properly informed. I won't upload on it at all. To be frank, that's not really information for the wider community. Wider community is responsible to know and falls on us to handle, which we decide to handle it privately because it doesn't concern anyone in the community. It concerns one of our developers for saying some questionable things on which we have already handled. He is not affiliated with us and hasn't been since the incident. Debing, that's not true. There are many people who became testers and can become more susceptible to that kind of environment, and it's great they're informed. How do we know all testers are safe? For example, things are hidden. To respond to Thivo in regards to the you come forward with the community. No, this is a private matter between admins to handle, and that was until this point. First of all, these comments were made in the public server. So it's already known to the public. So I think we're already past the point of it being private. Second of all, this is still a thing you go public for the exact reason that you're making this document. So you can show that you understand this is bad and that you remove them from your team and that you took care of it within a timely manner and that you're not doing it as just to save face. That's exactly why you make it public. And you also make it public so people can avoid the person in question. Yeah, he's not a pedophile, but I would say that you should still steer clear of him, especially because of the rape joke he fucking made. That's not something you should hang out around. That's how you deal with a situation like this. You don't make it public because then it puts a risk of those involved to be harassed by individuals who don't understand the situation. And that's why you inform them. You inform them of the situation so they understand. If they still go and do that, that's not your fault. If they still go and do that, that's on them. You tell the public. That is what you do. It's a logical assertion to keep someone from being fired as private as possible. It doesn't pertain to the rest of the community. False, I would say, because you want people to know you got rid of this person, even if it's only to save face. You still want people to know. If something is going on with one of the testers, like they're being harassed or something worse, then I'd expect them to come to us to talk about it, and we'd handle it directly, and we'd handle it from there. As for making the whole Lucas thing public, absolutely not. That's not something we're going to do, as it's already condoning the harassment of an individual who has since gotten their punishment, which it's not. It is not condoning the harassment. You said in the beginning of the fucking document, you're not going to condone harassment. And there, you're done. That's how easy it is. Just say you don't condone it, and you don't condone it. Honestly, I wish I was never told this. It's really stupid on us, too, to just tell everyone he said some jokes that went too far. He isn't a pedo. Even if he isn't a pedo, he still made horrible jokes. To be honest with you, man, I'm not even sure why you were. That's already been that's being handled already. Alright, I haven't made anything public, thankfully. Please don't. Debing, never mind. I'm gonna resolve this and settle it down. Alright, take your time. I did want to ask, why were you informed about this anyway? I don't know, it came up on YouTube, and then my DMs, which I did not expect. I wish I never checked them, because now I just involved myself. You kinda did, yeah. But to be blunt with you, because like I have mentioned as well as XML, I am sure Astro and whoever else DM'd you about this was already handled and been handled. We handled it privately to avoid any unnecessary harassment going towards Lucas, so I'm not really sure why it's being brought up again. It's because people like that are just weird, and I feel strange knowing that. The reason these situations are worse is because the person covered could have a history or potential future with it. History concerning all of it. I will personally inform you that he will not. He just has crude humor and means nothing malicious behind it. You know, rape isn't just crude humor. That's malicious. That is malicious. That doesn't matter if he doesn't mean it. He still said it. Also, another note that I'd like to mention, as I have had unpleasant experience with some staff, which has caused me to react a lot more. Just saying, though, I won't ask anything of you. Rather, I just let you know my reasoning. I get it. I'm not mad at you for acting this way. Just a little confused and concerned regarding it. I really like the stuff you do for JB, and I really like the stuff you put out. A lot of the devs too, in fact, and why a lot of us were in your Discord. I know that you guys deep down have made it easier for me and have made somewhat history on this game. I also say the same for your game. That's why I'm going to handle this in a way no one gets harassed. Alright, are we still welcome on your Discord? Yeah, but first I need to present evidence of your innocence firing Lucas within 2 days, or else I'll be a hypocrite. Like, I literally told my staff I wasn't letting y'all back, so I have to have a good reason. Alright, we had an entire discussion the day it happened, so I could try and get screenshots of the day I found out he was fired, if that's enough evidence for you. But I did also want to ask, what did Pingo say to you exactly? He just gave me a basic rundown, such as, Lucas jokingly says, I'm a model you pregnant to Winter, which was kind of weird, but they are best pals, so they joke around with each other. And this one day, some guy screenshots it, takes it out of context, and uses it to get Lucas banned. That's all I know. You might want to talk to a higher up for a better story, that's what I've heard. They're best pals and joke around with each other. Some guy. GMK and Lucas, or Pingo and GMK? GMK and Lucas. So Pingo told you that GMK and Lucas were good friends and joked around with each other, which someone took an out of context screenshot to get Lucas banned? Yeah. 15 and 20, 15 or below 20 something. From what I know, Lucas wasn't friends with GMK unless I'm completely wrong, and GMK was the one who had problems with what Lucas was saying, which again I could be completely wrong with. Pingo, I told you to be honest. It's alright, he loves being on the team, so I get where he's coming from, especially at that age. Yeah, well, I try and see what's going on here. So, while I try and see what's going on, here's a screenshot of only a tiny part of this discussion we had regards to Lucas banning on the 7th, which, for context, the admins in blue were made aware of his behavior and promptly banned him. What's he get fired for? Did he make that? All that stuff? No. The things he said, it's better if he was removed, because stuff like this is popping up now. The image in the screenshot is something someone made on the Discord server in regards to what he said. Okay, interesting. So, the 7th, it was made aware and seemed to be handled accordingly. Now, the date of when he sent them, the rape thing, I cannot find a date on, but the birthing thing was made aware to us about 2 months after he had said it previously. We weren't aware he said anything like this, which, as you know, when we were made aware, we fired him. Yeah, I see. Any updates? I reacted off of morals, assuming the worst due to the execution by GMK. I'm going to formally let you know that deep down in my heart, I had no ill intent of steering this in a chaotic direction. Basically, everything I've been told has mostly been unrelated dirt with that being... I don't even know if I want... I'm going to finish reading all of this later. I'm going to finish reading this entire thing later, but from what I have already read, it sounds like Debing is trying to... I don't know if I like that Debing is trying to somewhat defend him, because he is still a creep for posting a rape joke like this. Like, that's not cool. I don't know if I like him defending Lucas here. I mean, dispelling the rumor that he's a pedophile is one thing, but trying to say, oh, that's just crude humor. That's not crude humor. That's a legitimate crime. He's both threatening a crime and something that actually that can traumatize a lot of people. You don't know who on your server has had experience with sexual assault. He should not be defended at all for this. It's not just crude humor. It is more than just crude humor. If I were to go as far to say a threat of a crime, that's not something, that's not cool at all. Lucas should not be defended. He shouldn't be called a pedophile, but he shouldn't be defended at all. That's weird. This, way worse. What the fuck? I genuinely don't understand why Debing is trying to keep this private. If someone threatens rape, that is not cool. You let the community know. You at least let them know it's handled. And just saying, hey, this happened, isn't condoning harassment. If you just say, we don't condone harassment, then that immediately... I don't know, dude. Debing, if you do watch this, which I don't think you ever would, maybe rethink Lucas being a creep, because this is already weird as hell. And yeah, this is already gross as hell. But this is worse, and he should never come. You shouldn't be defending him. You shouldn't be defending his words either. You shouldn't be defending him as a person or his words. He's not a pedophile, but he's a creep. And that's all I have to say on that. Get better moderation. Get better moderation. Or learn to be a better moderator.